birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. And I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on the tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life.
And here comes Milo, big run out of 4. He's going to be there.
Crusin Marty's there. Cannot count out to 37.
Oh!
The road gets burned!
Cabot, where did he come from?
Here
comes Zwack.
A punch from the 33.
It's a drag race.
The Magic Man wins it Auto Club.
One week before the playoffs. And drivers are getting ready for the split of the top 12. As they qualify at this flat mile oval to put it all on the line and see who can make that final split. We're live from the virtual New Hampshire Motor Speedway. It's the Next Gen Series Cruising Classics powered by Goat Locker Racing. I'm your host, Bradley Cooper, and filling in here tonight for Eddie Smith, live on VSRN. And if you haven't caught the action this season, it's been a good one. The tight points battle amongst all these drivers, the 4 wins that Brandon Evans has put together, Steve Trucker with a win, I believe that's McIlwan. I cannot read the font on that. Jamie Barkas and Leroy Colbins are all going to have wins this season in the top 5 in points. That cutoff line for the top 12, you've got 25 points with George Jewell and Doug Ellingson separating each other. It's going to be a close one. About a minute 40 left here, and we talk about the schedule just before playoff time. You've got New Hampshire here that we're at, and then you've got Indianapolis to start out the playoffs. The round of 12 will go to a square track, then a cookie cutter D-shaped oval at Texas, and then finally to finish off the season finale, you'll have Phoenix Raceway for 150 laps. Let's talk a little bit about the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Opened in Loudon, New Hampshire, 1990, just the year before I was born. 76,000 people can watch this 1 mile oval go round and round. A very flat track. The inside line going to be very important to master getting off of these corners and getting the power to connect in these next-gen cars. And if you thought we saw a lot of shifting in the previous gen car, you're definitely going to see it here, as these drivers have 5 gears to go around this place. But we're getting set to grid. We've got about 11 drivers exactly out there on the racetrack. And starting on the pole, it's going to be the number 39 of Brandon Evans, putting up the fastest lap time, a 22.555. And that's going to be a ridiculous lap time. I don't know if the timing and scoring actually is going to count that or not, but it has him up there as his last lap time of 22.5. Not exactly sure if that was a glitch lap or if the simulator wasn't calculating correctly, but Brandon Evans right now being shown as the pole sitter. We'll have to sit back and wait and see what the track stewards do with that time, considering that it is a full 10 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. So let's get down there for your grid now. And again, not exactly sure if this lap time is accurate, but it was what timing and scoring grabbed for me. So Evans actually with a 30.678. Gotta love ATVO. Gives you false times. There we go. That's the correct time. That makes more sense. Still 0.02 of a second, or 0.2 of a second faster than Steve Tucker, who's going to start on the outside. Then you have Patrick Drabick in third with Jamie Barkas in the fourth position. Rounding out that top 5, you have John Ross and Jacob Ellickson in 6th. Row number 4 will be Robert Hartley, Leroy Colbins in 8th. 9th spot, George Jewell, Bobby Germain in 10th. Rounding out this 12-car field, you've got Cameron Mason and James Goshen. Starting the grid out here on the racetrack. That's the classic way to grid. That's the way it's supposed to be done, in my opinion. Some grids on pit road, some grids on the racetrack. I appreciate Charlotte for what they do with the staggered offset. Everyone running parallel before they pull out. Personally think that iRacing should get with it on that. Put the location of these cars across the whole front stretch. I think that'd be really cool. So I'm looking through the Discord. Apparently, these guys hang out in other rooms that I can't see. So here tonight, no pre-race interviews, but we do have the opportunity to have post-race interviews. So we might be able to bring up some of these drivers after the race. Cycling over to the race scene, Brandon Evans going to lead him into turn 1. Steve Tucker on the outside. We talked about those pre-race points and how important it's going to be here with the chase format, the playoff format rather. You win, you're in. Some of these guys that are outside the top 12 have an opportunity, one last go, to make it into the final showing before Indianapolis. But into the Geico Restart Zone, it's Goat Locker Racing's Next Gen Series at New Hampshire. Standing by to lead lap number 1. It's going to be Brandon Evans. He's holding on to it right now. All over the back bumper, though, you've got Patrick Drabick, and he's loose there coming off of 2. Drabick goes around. And first caution of the night, the 15, also up in the wall, the 85. That's James Goshen and looks like Jamie Barkus. They get together as well. This is all happening simultaneously while Drabick goes around. Back on the instant replay and find out exactly what happened to these two drivers. This all happens in 1 and 2. This is the battle on the inside here for the 99. And it looks like the 15 just gets loose, steps out, gets some contact with the 46. The 36 is involved, and the 85, probably getting the least of that contact, has nowhere to go. On board here with James Goshen. We see a car up in the wall. That's the 43. Luckily, he overshot that corner, was able to make it around. 85 locks up the front tires and has nowhere to go. Now let's go on board with the 07. This car just steps out on throttle here. The caution number 1 of the night. Brandon Evans going to maintain the lead. Steve Tucker, John Ross, Jacob Ellingson, and Leroy Colbins stay up there in the top 5. Unfortunately, the 07 of Patrick Drabick is going to fall back. Not too far, though. Small field. Still plenty of opportunity. A lot of laps left. 130 miles here tonight. So plenty of opportunity for the 07 to get back up there. So pacing around New Hampshire Motor Speedway, I know a lot of these guys just want to get the laps in and get the green flag pit stops started. Plenty of chances here as the next-gen car, a little bit bigger fuel tank. Not exactly sure what the percentages are that this league chooses to run, but as we get set to double back up, we're going to find out soon enough. A couple drivers coming out of pit road after getting some damage fixed. Robert Hartley and Jamie Barkus coming back out on the racetrack. Coming out of turn 2 now for the 39. He has led all 5 laps that we will complete here as we come back to the line. And Steve Tucker on the outside, same as the first start of this race. So let's try it again, see if we can get these cars under us. I know practice was tough. A lot of these guys struggled. Hopefully we can get a long run in here and see the cream rise to the top. Back underway for the second time here tonight. Green flag back out. And New Hampshire's back live. Already single filed out here into the top 5. Back to the 43 of Leroy Colbins, and now to the outside is the 42. Drabick, actually Jermaine, trying to make a move as they go 3 wide and some contact in the back of the 43. He gets pushed all the way up the racetrack by the 86. A little late on the brakes there by the 86, runs right through him. Back in the instant replay and find out. This is off the back of the 42. Just overshooting the corner there with the 86. He drove it in deep. I don't think he was going to make it out the other side without using the 42 as a backstop. '39 of Brandon Evans comes off of turn 4 for the 7th lap led now consecutively. As our timing and scoring counts that lap, the 99 of John Ross moves up to 2nd position. Steve Tucker up a little bit high, and I don't know that it'll be part of the line here with the next-gen car, but I know that drivers can go down there on that apron, especially in 1 and 2. I've seen drivers do that. With the new tire model, it seems that after about 15, 20 laps, this car gets really tight and it helps it rotate if you put all 4 tires down there on that inside of the exit of 2. But all over the outside of the 99 here as Tucker tries to complete the pass. Now a battle for the lead. As you can see, Evans trying to hold on. 99 of John Ross has peeked inside several times here, just not able to get a run on the inside. And locks up the brakes. That allows the 24 to the inside. It's a little mistake there by John Ross. He falls back to 3rd as they exit turn 2. He's going to stay door to door. But for how long will he be able to hold that? It looks like he's just going to fall in line. Now into the picture, Jacob Ellingson. Started back in the 6th spot, up into the top 5. Looking at 4th right now. Might make a pass as the 99 made a little mistake. Will he make it again? And open up the door for the 27. The 07 has recovered. He's came back from that early race spin. He's back up to 5th now. After starting 3rd, though, you know he wants to gain a couple more spots to at least say he's back where he qualified. Back to ground 0. And some of the closest battles on the racetrack, you've got the 42 of Bobby Germain, who got tagged there by the 86 a moment ago. Cameron Mason hard in the back of him. Set him back to the 10th position. Now looking inside of the 43. Leroy Colbin's going to lose that spot as he overshoots 1 and 2. So Evans still has the lead. The 24 gets around. We saw that move, the mistake made by the 99 of Ross, and Ross just trying to get those tires nursed back to health. He's able to hang tight here. He's within 100th of a second of Steve Tucker. But none of these drivers, really and truly, have been able to make a pass in this top 5. It looks like the mistakes have to be made before they can do that. A really high line and approach there for the 24 of Tucker, though. Maintaining that 2nd spot. He's got to hang with Evans as long as he can in the hopes that Evans will make a mistake. He puts it up there on the outside. Let's see what kind of run he can get off the corner. And that Harpoon Design 24 has a tough go at it there. Doesn't get the exit that he wanted. Now losing ground to the 99. He was right up on the back of your race leader. Now John Ross going to take back the 2nd position as he goes inside of 1 and 2. They're going to be door to door down the backstretch here. Unable to complete the pass, and the 24 of Tucker holds on for another lap. Evans pulls away almost a full second over this pack. And again, 15 laps led here for the 39. McConey set up shop Chevrolet looking really sharp out there, and the 24 of Tucker goes around. 2nd caution of the night. I think he had a little bit of help. He's been running that higher line in the entrance of these corners, kind of late apexing, and he comes across the nose of the 9 of John Ross. Let's go on board with him and show you. You can see the wider entry here for the 24. He goes way up into that 2nd groove. So that allows the 99 to get pretty close, but the drive off there for the 24, he was already kind of struggling there. He had gotten loose the last time he tried that. The 99 had nowhere to go, runs into the back of him. That brings out our 2nd caution of the night. And all these drivers are electing to stay out, I do believe. Have to see if anybody has the courage to come down pit road. The 39 does. He brings almost the rest of the field. That catches everyone off guard. The 99 of John Ross, the 39 of Bobby Germain, all staying out. But Brandon Evans leading him into that pit stall, catching everyone in the top 3 out. Four tires and fuel going to go on the 39. He has the 24 who was running pretty close to him there at one moment. Just before our second caution, he gets spun. And the 39 going to win that race off pit road. It's like Jake Ellingson, Patrick Dravick going to be the next 2 out. So what does this spell for the 99? I know that cold tires on this next-gen car, they take a little while to get going. It could be 3 or 4 laps before you start to see some fast lap times with the guys that did hit pit road. And that could give an opportunity for John Ross and Bobby Germain to pull away from this field. Have a little bit of a tire advantage. I know that 18 laps is not a big deal here in the sim. If you're good enough at this track to get around it at around 31 seconds, you should be able to hold your own here. We'll have to wait and see as they double back up for the 3rd time tonight. And if this is your first time watching the V-Speed Racing Network, variety of different leagues going on, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you never miss a single race of GLR's Next Gen Series. We've got playoff time starting up next week at Indianapolis. So getting set back to go green. Pace car pulls off, and John Ross with his 18-lap old tires is going to take him into turn 1. Already making a move to the inside as the 39 gets around. Tries to clear the 42. He does. And the 42 way up there on the outside. That's allowing the rest of these guys that came in and got fresh tires to go inside. But John Ross did pull out about 0.2 of a second. Is he going to lead this lap under green? I think he will. So the first lap led under green for the 99. The 42 stuck up on the outside as he has the 27 of Ellingson go by down the back stretch. And the 42 just getting freight train. He has another car there to his inside. Looks like the 07 of Patrick Dravick going to get around. Battle for the lead heating up, though. Down to 0.1 of a second. All over the back bumper now is Evans. Ross with the older tires. Looks like he's struggling a little bit here to get back to the gas. And very patient here from Evans. But look how loose he gets off of 2. And bailed out here. It looks like the 42 does go around. Ben & Jerry's Chevrolet loses control in 1 and 2. I don't think he had any help, but we'll go back on the instant replay and find out. And we'll back this up just a little bit more as it looks like he's already spinning out, but this is coming off of turn 4. He's still getting freight trained on the outside, just trying to keep it up out of the way. He's going to be on the outside. I believe that is the 36. Yeah, 36. And 36 checks up, and now he does get some help from the 15, but that is indirectly, let's ride on board with the number 15 of Jamie Barkas. Heavy check up there by the 36 and the 15. Thought maybe he could clear it, but he had the 24 on his inside as well. That'll bring out caution number 3 of the night. So, interesting enough, Ross stays out for another lap. I Can't believe he does that. I figured he would come down pit road now that he has a little bit of an advantage on tires, but track position so key. I'd have to think that stretching this out too far, he's going to be on a different strategy than the rest of these drivers, and he's probably within 25, 30 laps of having to make it on fuel and coming down pit road anyway. I'd say it probably, if they have limited tire sets, it'd still be wise to come down pit road, at least top off with fuel. You can go a little bit further than these drivers, and then maybe have a tire advantage midway through the run. We'll have to see how this plays out for John Ross. Brandon Evans, the fastest car on the racetrack thus far. He's looked really strong. Ross kind of caught off guard there with the pit stops of the rest of the field. And Bobby Germain, another one of those drivers who ends up all the way in the back of the field after that little bit of help. Stuck up on the outside. So 3 cautions, 1 lead change here tonight in Loudon. Get doubled back up here. I have to say I'm pretty excited for this. To see how long the 99 can hold it up there. Let's go on board here and watch the rocket start. See if the 99 can get ahead of the 39 going into 1. Green flag back out into the Geico restart zone, and a great jump for the 99 into 1. Jacob Ellingson rather, getting to the inside of the 39 there momentarily, not able to complete that pass. A little bit further back, we've got some battles. The 86 of Cameron Mason was on the outside of the 46. Robert Hartley trying to make that pass, and another car way up out of the groove. That's the 85 of James Goshen. He's going to lose probably the spot to the 43. Leroy Coleman's locking up the brakes here in front of him is a 24. Steve Tucker trying to get back up front. He has to pass the 36 car. Battle for the lead is way hot here. Ross way up the racetrack here on the exit of 4. That allows Evans to get to the inside. Ross going to pull off one more lap led, but I think inevitably the 39 is going to complete this. He doesn't. He backs out of the corner. Another run coming from the 39. And kudos to Ross for being able to hold his own up here. And a little bit of contact there. Now Evans is to the inside as they enter 1 and 2. This might be a better place, but Evans just not able to hold it down there. Another run off the corner. Side by side and very loose there down the backstretch. And they almost door touch as they come off at 3 and 4. Unbelievable drive here from the 99 of Ross to hold him off as long as he did, but inevitably we knew the tires, 18 lap difference, that's an eternity here at Loudon. Does this start the freight train though on the 99? Does he lose more spots? He's got the 27 of Ellingson working his way up now to the rear bumper, and these guys might not be as patient as the 39 of Evans was with him. See the 27 creeping up slowly to that back bumper down the front stretch. Oh, and overshoots the corner here. Ellingson goes way up the racetrack and allows the 07 of Patrick Drabick to the inside. Gets tight coming off a 2. Now the 24 are looking to drop him back to 5th. Just that slight little miscalculation. That's all it takes. So back to 5th spot for Ellingson. Some side-by-side back here with the 86 of Mason. Jamie Barkas trying to work his way back into the top 5. Barkas started in 4th spot. Was involved in the start of this race's caution and that last caution. He's trying his hardest to get back up here to the front. The 43, the 86, hold him up a little bit here. They're stretching the lead out to over a half a second. The 39 of Brandon Evans pulls away on lap 33. He's led 20 of the 33 laps completed. The final race before the playoffs. Again, we'll bring that points graphic back up on your screen here, and it's actually a little off center, so let's see if we can try to fix that. But there it is now on your screen. Evans, no wonder, leading the points. Maybe potential for the 5th win this season as he starts to pull away for the rest of this field. The 99. Ross sitting back at 8th in points. He isn't in a must-win situation, but it would be nice if he could get it done. They're 35 laps into this race. You're watching the Goat Locker Racing Next Gen Series at New Hampshire, live on VSRN. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back with the action right after this.
And here comes Milo. Big run out of 4. He's going to be there.
Crusin Marty's there. Cannot count out to 37.
Oh!
No, gets burned!
Cabot, where did he come from? Here comes Zwack.
A punch from the 33.
It's a drag race.
The Magic Man wins it Auto Club.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn. It's a new day, it's a new life. And I'm feeling good.
Back here live at Loudon. And the lead has stretched out. For one driver here, he's put on a clinic. Brandon Evans in the number 39 pulls out to almost a full second lead. But while that was happening, that commercial break, let's go back and take a look. Something happens here to the 99 of Ross and puts him all the way back to the 5th position. There he is coming into turns 1 and 2, and the little mistake here, a little hiccup for the 99. He gets really loose coming off of the exit here and falls all the way back to the 5th position from 2nd. And right there catches the machine, but not until the 27 of Ellingson gets around him. So that was all during our commercial break, and then while that was all said and done, the lead has grown to a full second. The 2 cars behind him relatively close. You can actually add Ellingson into that mix as well. 2nd through 4th position, all within a second of each other. But a pretty sizable gap there for the leader. And then John Ross back to 5th. He is 3.2 seconds back from the lead now. Some of these other drivers finding themselves a little off the pace here tonight. The spread back to 12th position. The 86 of Cameron Mason is 11.5 seconds off of the leader. So the 39 of Evans takes us to lap 48. Leading 35 of those laps here for the McConey Setup Shop Camaro ZL1. Patrick Dravick and Steve Tucker trying to chase him down. Tucker actually all over the back bumper now of the 07 for 2nd. This battle heating up. Unable to get quite the run there yet. The 24 are keeping the momentum. They're starting to move the line up a little bit higher each lap as well, and I've noticed that these cars are starting to get a little tight. Surprised to see no one trying that apron and trying to get this thing to rotate, although it is very, very loose down there. The 99 found out the hard way on that one. These guys have shaved down the lead a little bit, though. It's under a second. The 39 of Evans maybe making a little mistake that last time by. He was 2/10 slower than Patrick Dravick. The opportunity presents itself. I know the 07 and the 24 are going to be like sharks with blood in the water. They're just waiting on that 39 to make a mistake, but it hasn't happened yet. Oh, the 07 loose, and he's going to go around. That's going to bring out another caution here tonight. So the 07 loses control, and Dravick falls all the way back to 5th position. 24 right up on the bumper, put the pressure on. Here it is. He's going to start stepping out there in the rear, and the 24 is already peeking to the inside. There's less than a tenth separating those 2 cars. And how about the Dodge there with the 27? That brings everybody down pit road. The 39 of Evans is going to get 4 fresh tires. The whole field going to go for 4 tires here. And the 39 down and away actually looks like 2 tires there for the 39. Guaranteeing locking in that spot. 4 tires for everybody else. This car probably getting a little bit tight for Evans' liking. Sometimes 2 tires could be the way to fix that. No, a mistake maybe on pit road here for the 39. He's going to come back down pit road. I was getting some race chatter, and it looks like the 39 is going to come down and replace the left side tires now. No, 4 tires again here for the 39. So maybe he was predicting that other drivers would take 2, but it looks like he takes 4 this time, and now he's going to start all the way in the back of this field. So, a minor mistake, miscue on pit road, and the 39 is going to find himself all the way at the tail end. It's a lot of cars to pass in a short amount of time as we approach the halfway point. We had a nice little green flag stint there of about 30 laps. Pace car pulls off. The 39 barely gets caught back up to the tail end of this field, and we're back live and racing at Loudon. Already into turn 1, the 27, the 07, side by side. After the 07 had that little hiccup there, he gets back out of pit road and takes back the 2nd position. Oh, and contact between the 24, he locks it up. Several cars getting into each other back here. Moved completely out of the way. The 07 of Drabick takes over the lead on lap 55. And just clips the 24 as he sends it into that corner. We'll go back on board one more time here. A tough break there from the 24 of Tucker. He was leading this race. The 07 takes it away, and the 39 trying to work his way through traffic. He's up to 8th already. These drivers know they need to run away from the 39. He's been fast all night, and he's picking them off about 1 a lap. There he goes, diving to the inside of the 36. George Jewell trying to hold it up there on the outside right now. That pass is going to be completed by the 39. Back up towards the front, it's Patrick Drabick with John Ross, who was challenging the lead, had that mistake earlier. Now slowly creeping back into the picture, about half a second separating the 99 from the 07. The 39 has made it up to 7th position. Has to go to work on Jacob Ellingson for the next position. That'll be 6th. On board here with the 99. And another 10th cut off of that lead as he comes out of turn 4. He's going to be at the back bumper of the 07 here momentarily within the next couple of laps. At this pace, he's 2/10 faster right now. Big run off of turn 2. Gets a little squirrely there. Loses the ground. And actually loses 2/10 as they go into 3 and 4. Falls back over half a second. The Dravic's going to hold on for another few laps. Ross can get the car back under him. I think he will catch up to him, but it's those little mistakes for the 99 of overdriving. It only takes one corner, and you'll see Tucker slowly creeping up now, about 3/10 back. It's only going to take one mistake here for the 99, and he's going to lose all that ground. I'd say the 99 was driving better on those older tires than it is right now, because look at the back bumper now. The 24 of Tucker has the opportunity, and a little brush with the wall there by the 99. You know that 24 wants to get back up there to that 07. So just past the halfway point, and this 24 shaping up on the battle for second position. The 39 of Brandon Evans has gotten up to fifth. Down the front stretch, fastest car on the racetrack is going to be Evans. He matches lap times actually with the 07, who's got that clean air. Albert Hartley a little bit quicker the lap before. 46 car in the fourth position after starting seventh, so a good race for him in the 46. Hartley slowly working his way up here to the 24 and the 99. Trying to outrun the 39 car. So another mistake can be made with the downshift, and that might be why some of these drivers are locking up the front tires or sliding into these corners as they downshift too early and actually upset the handling and send them in a little bit deep. You can see the 8. Looks like Ross is holding on, but he's losing ground. The 07 of Drabic has pulled out to almost a full second. And lap after lap, the 99, after that little mishap, getting loose. Same thing we saw in that other run where he lost 3 or 4 positions, now under 5 for the 24. And now Tucker does get the pass. Gets around the 99 and goes up to second position. Battle for the 4th spot. Brandon Evans to the inside, slowly creeping back up here to this leader. The 24 meets up with the 07. About the same time the 39 gets up there, we'll have a 3-way battle for the lead. And the yellow flag is out, so that's going to completely throw it around. And the 15 of Jamie Barkus completely rips the nose and the front end off of this machine. Heavy damage for the 15, and he might be done for the night. All these drivers have a fast repair, so he does have that opportunity to come down and get a fresh car. This sets the field back and takes away that massive lead that Patrick Drabic had strung out to over a second. Let's get back on the instant replay and find out what happened to Barkus. Hard impact to the outside wall. Comes across the nose of the 36 and the 42. Look at this from another angle. He's all by himself, so this one's on him. Snaps it free, hard into the outside wall. The 36 nowhere to go. And bringing them down pit road, the 24 stays out, the 39 stays out, and the 07 is going to lead them into the pits. A few drivers electing to stay out, actually. The 46 and the 27 as well. So half the field in, half the field out. Four tires onto the 07. Steve Tucker's going to take over the lead here. We've got a little over 50 laps to go. So we're going to take another quick commercial break. You're watching the Goat Locker Racing Next Gen Series on VSRN. We'll be back right after this.
And here comes Milo. Big run out of 4. He's going to be there.
Crusin Marty's there. Cannot count out to 37.
Oh!
No, it's burned!
Cabot, where did he come from? Here comes Zwack.
A push from the 33.
It's a drag race.
The Magic Man wins it Auto Club.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn. It's a new day, it's a new life. Oh, and I'm feeling good.
Back here live and loud in New Hampshire Motor Speedway, in the lead by Steve Tucker, under fire by the 39 of Brandon Evans, who's been the dominant car of the night. A bunch of racing going on back here, though, for 4th position. Back all the way to 7th, and they're side by side. Looks like the 86 of James, or 85 rather, James Goshen is going to move around to the 9th spot. The 99 and the 42 getting into contact. The 42's into the wall. Jermaine's going to lose about 8 spots here. Excuse me. And now the pass for the lead. The 39 of Evans gets around the 24 of Tucker. Maybe a crossover here as they come out of 4. Not able to make the run. And the yellow flag is out. The 42 loses it again. Bobby Germain pulls it down pit road. He might be done for the night. So we see this. Let's go back a little bit further. This is where the 42 gets into contact. The 99 off the wall. 99 actually gets loose, has contact with another car, and sends the 42 into the wall, rather. And then later on down this road, you'll see the 42 looping around here. That's enough to bring out the yellow for the 6th time tonight. So the 39 of Evans brings it back down pit road again. This would be his, I believe, 4th pit stop, and that little error there, 3rd pit stop rather. He had that mistake where he took 2 tires, came back down and got 4 tires. All the way in the back of the field. He'd worked his way up to about the 4th position before we had that caution. He came down pit road with the rest of this field and came out in about 3rd spot. Had a great restart, got to the inside of the 24, took over the lead, gives it up, and now he's back to 8th. So a roller coaster ride. If you're a 39 car fan, Evans is making this very difficult here tonight because I think he's faster than most of this field regardless if there's 4 tires on the thing or not. So 78 laps into the 130 lap race here at New Hampshire. Lights are going to go out on the pace car this time by. Robert Hartley's going to be in the 2nd spot with George Jewell, Patrick Drabick, John Ross, the top 5. Leroy Colbins, James Goshen, Brandon Evans, Steve Tucker, Cameron Mason, the top 10. Rounding out that field is Bobby Germain, and Jamie Marcus is down on pit road getting some service done. He might be back out there on the track. He's still on pit road. The 42 also stuck on pit road trying to get that machine fixed up. So here we go, double back up for the 8th time today. Still have 12 running cars. The 10 of them still out on the racetrack. So Jacob Ellingson going to lead him into turn 1. Try to lead some laps under green. 8 different lead changes here tonight. And we're not done yet. Still about 40 laps to go when they go back racing. Math is off on that. It'll be 50 to go when they cross the line. Trying to get a good restart here into the restart zone. The 27 hits the loud pedal. And a little bit of tire spin back there for a car. It looks like James Goshen losing a bunch of spots. Battle for 2nd position. Hartley, the 07. Drabick. 36 of Jewell. Trying to peek to the inside and complete this pass on the 07. He does. Now going to the 07. So the 36 up to the highest place he's been all night, into the 2nd position, side by side right behind him, and some contact between the 99 of Ross and the 39 of Evans as they come off a 4. Third place still undecided. Now the 07 able to get clear. The 39 still holding his own on the outside here. And loose again for the 99. He loses the back end and gives up 2 positions. Evans now into the top 5. Are in the wall. It's the 36 of Jewel. He's going to lose 3 positions, maybe 4 now. He goes from 2nd back to 5th. Now the 24 of Tucker for the 5th spot, trying to get by. Hartley under fire from the 39 of Evans. Up to the top 3 for the 39, trying to chase down these drivers at the closing laps. Dravik, the next one in line for the 39 to get around. A little bit loose there for the 07, and he loses a couple tenths. The 39 is on a mission. The last time by, the 39 was a tenth slower than the 07, but 2 tenths faster than the lead. And Ellingson is going to be under fire for the 07. And really loose coming off a 2. He catches it down there on the bottom of the backstretch, but he's going to lose the lead and fall all the way back to 6th position. Now the leader, the 07, who took it away from the 24 a moment ago. That's the 39 of Evans, all over his back bumper. The 24 of Tucker is trying to get back up here to this top 2. He's about a tenth slower this time by. Trying to cruise his way back up there, and you know the pass for the lead's going to happen here very soon. The 07 has the pressure on. Back near this is completely full of the 39, who's backing these corners up a little bit more than the 07, letting him send it in deep and then getting a good run here into the exit of 4. Just trying to find a place, a weak spot to press on. So the spread across this field has reached over 13 seconds. James Goshen is back. Or Gosson, rather. I'm going to figure out the pronunciation of that name. I think I'm getting it right. Goshen. Back to 10th spot. 14 seconds back from the leaders. 2 cars off the racetrack. You have Jamie Barkus in 12th. And Bobby Germain is back out on the racetrack after heavy damage to that right front. He's able to get it repaired good enough to drive when he's 6 laps down. So the 39 of Evans just waiting on a mistake from the 07 right now. Dravik has been pretty flawless, but he's not as fast on the exit to these corners. And as you can see down the front straightaway, the 39 is going to peek to the inside, let him know that, hey, eventually I'm going to do this. All I need you to do is one little miscalculation. He's keeping the pressure on him. And there it is, an overshot entry to 3 and 4, and another change for the lead here as they come off of 4. It's going to be the 39 of Evans, drag racing the 07 of Drabick. Going to hang it on the outside and lead one more lap, but now door touch as they enter 1. And the completed pass there for the 39 on lap 93. No one has had anything for the 39 car here tonight. He's led 41 laps out of the 93 completed, and he's pit more than anyone else on the racetrack and still has been able to make it back to the front repeatedly. 24 of Tucker will probably be the next one in line if he can catch up. He's about 2/10 faster than your second place driver of Drabick, and he's matching lap times pretty similar to Brandon Evans. He's holding pace. Back here with the 99 of John Ross. He's had an up and down day. Slid had the back end step out on him several times here tonight. Lost a lot of positions because of it. But it's settled down back to the 4th spot for the 99. Robert Hartley in the 46. Solid night. Top 5 for most of this race. After that first round of green flag pit stop, well, actually yellow flag pit stops, he's maintained this top 5. What about lap 30? George Jewell was as high as 2nd position here tonight, currently being scored in the 6th spot. He's still up 3 positions from where he began this race, but a little bit off the pace as he's about 5/10 slower than the leaders and struggling really to keep up with the top 5 here as the 27 of Jacob Ellingson starts to get closer to that back bumper. So maybe a little mistake made. One of these cars up here in the front locked up the tires. We saw the smoke down the front stretch, and the 07 falls back a couple tenths in the 24. These guys having to wait an eternity for this thing to turn into the corner. Listen to how long they're off throttle here. So peek now to the inside for 2nd spot. The 24 of Tucker caught up to Drabick, and he's going to get that position easily. But he's 1.5 seconds back from Evans. He was matching lap times with him there for a moment. Let's see what the clean air does for the 24. It's spread out pretty considerable to the 99 and the 46. Hartley about a second back, and then he's a second and a half ahead of George Jewell. Closest battle on the racetrack is between Jacob Ellingson right now and Jewell for the 6th spot. Not a lot of racing outside of that right now. The 24 of Tucker would be relatively close to the car he just passed in the 07 of Drabick. So about 30 laps to go here. Goat Locker Racing Next Gen Series at New Hampshire. We're going to take another quick break and bring you uninterrupted coverage for the remainder of this race. You're watching the V-Speed Sports, or V-Speed Racing Network, live on YouTube. Back after this.
And here comes Milo. Big run out of 4. He's going to be there.
Tristan Martin's there. Cannot count out to 37.
Oh!
The wheel gets burned!
Cabot Where did he come from?
Here
comes Dweck.
A punch from the 33. Two
It's a
in
drag
row.
race.
The Magic Man wins it Auto Club.
Coming by to lead his 51st lap of this race with about 30 to go, and Brandon Evans looking like the class of the field here tonight. Steve Tucker has fallen off a little bit here in the closing laps. Last time by, though, he was 0.4 faster, so a little mistake there for Evans. Race recap. We've had 6 cautions, 9 lead changes here tonight in the 1 mile oval in Loudon, New Hampshire. That lead of 1.5 seconds going to Brandon Evans. The field has spread out pretty large amount. 5 seconds back to the 5th place top 5 driver of Robert Hartley. And then you have George Jewell, who's about 2 seconds back from that. Trying to catch up. The battle has subsided between 6th and 7th spot. Spread on this field with the 10 cars running. The 42 has pulled it back down pit road. He is 16 laps down, with Jimmy Barkus also 17 laps down here tonight. 25 laps to go. 25 miles. And the 39 of Brandon Evans could claim his 5th win of the season. We've had a variety of green flag runs here tonight, but this might be the longest one we've had as we went back green at lap 80. And we are going to put up about a full fuel run here. They should have enough to make it to the very end. As we ride on board with the number 39, we need to look at this line that he's running. Dime in the corner there. The entry touches the apex. Double taps the apex on the exit of 4. Watch him into 1. This is why this lead has grown so far. He's able to roll the throttle and just creep through the corners a little bit better than everybody else. As we ride on board with Tucker, who's about 0.2 of a second slower. He's taking a much higher entry into this corner and apexing late. But that's 1/10 of a second there by not entering low. And I think that's what's made the difference here for the 39. As Dravik slowly starts to draw back in on the 24 of Tucker. Let's see what kind of line he's running through these corners. Right there, you can see that 1/10 of a second difference. So Evans, Tucker, Dravik, Ross, and Hartley the top 5. You've got Jewell, Ellingson, Holbitz, Mason, Goshen, the top 10. 20 laps to go, and the 39 most laps led with 58 here tonight. So Dravic has reeled in the 24. He's done it a couple different times. He's only about 3/10 outside of this run, but every time he gets close, it seems like he changes his line and doesn't get the drive off. Right here out of 4, he gives it all back up. It's a great drive into the corner, but I think he floats this throttle a little bit too long. He needs to get back to it a little bit sooner. He's getting loose. He's running a little too low on the exit. Down to 0.2 of a second, as he does have that drive. There's the diamond on the corner again. The 24 has changed his line a little bit to play some defense, as we have only about 17 laps to go. Battle for second place is hot now, though. Dravic has caught up to Tucker completely. He's in the mirror. He's filling it up. Can he get around him? The closing laps of this race, catching him's one thing, passing's another. We've seen that multiple times in this race. There's a dive to the inside. The 07's going to send it. Door bang with the 24. They ride each other's doors through the corner. The 24 not giving up any position. He's going to ride him back down to the apron, and the 07 isn't able to complete that pass. Going to try again, but nothing there. Still side by side as they exit 2, and a little bit loose there for the 07. He has to fall back in line. Back to the drawing board now for Dravic. And these two leaning on each other hard through 3 and 4. Maybe overdriving it a little bit for Dravic, but he knows he has to get around him. It's going to be tough. 24 makes a little mistake there out of 2. That allows the 07 to catch back up. These drivers still a solid 0.3 of a second off, and the fastest car on the track is still the 39 of Brandon Evans. He's pulled the lead out to over 3 seconds now. And 12 laps to go, 13 rather, as they cross the line. Oh, 07 really loose there into 1 and 2. He's going to lose a ton of time. Falls back almost a full second down the backstretch. So now Tucker, relieved of the pressure. Robert Hartley starting to creep up to the back bumper of John Ross with about 10 to go. Coming across the line for the 68th lap lead. I believe it's going to total out here to about 78, 79 laps for the 39 of Evans, leading over half this race. In very dominant fashion. A dominant season. Putting it all together here in Loudon just before playoff time. The reset of the top 12. Tucker going to probably be able to pull off a second place finish, barring that we don't have a caution. I know that that could throw a wrench into everything here. The battle for fourth is not over. Every single lap, the 46 gets a little bit closer to the 99 of Ross. Solid night here for the 46. He's definitely going to have a top 5, but could possibly stand to gain one more position. We saw the 07 Androvic lean on the 24 there a moment ago, trying to take away the second spot. Wasn't able to complete that pass, then got loose. He's fallen back 1.8 seconds from second place. Hasn't quite fallen back enough here for John Ross and Robert Hartley to have a chance at the top 3, but he's going to have to be careful he doesn't make any more mistakes like that, because he lost a full second on the 24 after that. Lap traffic starting to become a factor here for the 39, but I think he's far enough ahead that it won't much matter. The 86 of Cameron Mason in 10th spot, just about 2 seconds ahead of the 39. But still running that very consistent line here. Battle kind of plateaus the 99 way up the racetrack here, though, and it's right back to it. Thought this battle was over with, and it stretched back out to over half a second, but now the 46 back on the bumper. Another little mistake there with the 99. He's going to make another one here, and the 46 is going to look to the inside. They're catching up to the 07. Patrick Drabick made a big mistake. He's overshooting these corners almost one a lap. A lot of mistakes being made by these drivers. They feel like they're catching up to one another. Ross under pressure still for fourth spot with 4 laps to go. Evans comes by for the 3 laps to go now. Hartley not really pushing the issue, but is staying in the mirror to keep that pressure on. The 99 has made a lot of mistakes on his own. He has a little bit of rear end damage, so I'm not sure if the 46 maybe got into him. But just trying to hold his own here in the last two laps to go here as they come out of 4. And he hold on to it. But I can tell you with certainty that nobody's going to touch this 39. He comes off of 3 and 4 for the second to last time here tonight. White flag up in the air. And he's just going to make it one more time around this racetrack. Steve Tucker in second position. He is 6.2 seconds back. Patrick Drabick's probably going to hold on to third. The battle for fourth still going on. But off of the backstretch and into turn 3 for the final time here tonight The 39 of Brandon Evans, just before playoff time, is going to clinch his 5th win here tonight in Loudon. Goat Locker Next Gen Racing Series winner here tonight, Brandon Evans, with 78 laps led. And a car wrecks on the... That is the 07 of Patrick Drabick. And the 46 is going to get 4th in reverse. Drabick had a top 3, makes a mistake in 3 and 4, and falls back to the 5th position. John Ross in the top 3 here tonight. Unbelievable. Let's go back on the instant replay and see what happened. He just locks it up. I don't know if he thought the race was over with. He clips the 46. Hartley's got to be mad about that. Unbelievable there by the 07, and the 46 comes by in reverse. Just pushes the clutch pedal down to roll over the line. Ultimately, it's the 39 car of Evans who gets it done. Post-race interviews with your top 3. We're going to take another quick break as we round up these drivers. If you're watching the Goat Locker Racing Next Gen Series on VSRN. Back after this.
And here comes Milo, big run out of 4. He's going to be there.
Tristan Martin's there. Cannot count out to 37.
Oh!
The wheel gets burned!
Cabot, where did he come from? Here comes Dweck.
A push from the 33.
It's a drag race.
The Magic Man wins it Auto Club.
Back here live in Loudon, and we've caught up with your top 3. We're down on pit road with 3rd place finisher John Ross. You should be shaking the hand of the 07 of Patrick Drabick for what he did there on the last lap. Unbelievable there, and he even clipped the competition he had coming off of turn 4. Did you feel like it was just going to be a 4th place day, and then that happened?
Probably a little worse, to be honest with you. You know, I thought I felt pretty good on single lap speed, or, you know, you gave 2 or 3 laps for the tires to get a little heat in them. And I thought that had some good grip, and you could really drive on exit and drive off pretty hard. And so, you know, for a couple of laps, I would be pretty quick, but, you know, I really didn't have a good feel for the track. So, you know, when Patrick spun, I mean, it was, yeah, I mean, he had that wrapped up. I don't know what happened to him there, but yeah, certainly we'll take it. But Patrick should be here talking to you right now.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. We were trying to keep up with the action because we saw Robert Hartley. He was putting the pressure on you there in the last 10 laps, and I thought maybe he could get around you. So that was really the closest battle on the racetrack, to be honest. And then we size up with Steve Tucker. You were catching him a little bit at one point, but like you said, the long run, it seemed like this car just didn't stay under you the older the tires got.
I think it was really more of the braking, because being very consistent with the trail braking here is important. And so I think what happened to me, I got a little wear in the right front tire, and I probably needed to back my entry off a quarter of a car length, maybe even a half a car length. And so when I was in a rhythm, I was okay, but once I got a little wear, I think it kind of threw my rhythm off. I think a couple of times you could probably see I locked the brakes up on entry, and it kind of shoved the car forward and up the track just a little bit and gave up a tenth here, a tenth there. Yeah, so I mean, really, it was me. If I got in a better rhythm, I thought I would have been okay. But yeah, he was catching me. Robert was catching me from behind. I felt like with the dirty air, it was very difficult to pass. I might have been able to hold him off. If it was about 15, 20 laps to go, I probably would have let him go and see what he could have done for third.
Well, you come home here tonight in the third spot. You started in fifth. You led 12 laps. I know the 39 caught everybody off guard there on lap 17. You stayed out and held your own pretty well. But do you have anybody you'd like to shout out here tonight for third place?
I do. I want to thank the Wildman race team and Leroy Koblenz and Roman Koblenz. Roman hops in the chat with us, and he'll do some calculations for us, and Leroy and I we'll spend some time practicing throughout the week. So I certainly want to thank them, you for the broadcasting, and Goat Locker racing. I've been in several series, and Goat Locker for me, the consistent green flag, long green flag runs is really great for us. It's an impartial, even though the admins race. Shit, if it's their fault, they'll back us down, and they'll claim it. So I really appreciate that about them. It's a great run league, especially with Veterans Day, past us now. So certainly, thank you to all the veterans. So fantastic run. I'll take third place.
We appreciate your time. John Ross, driver of the 99 School Bandit, out here tonight in the Next Gen Series. Congratulations on third place, and good luck at Indy next week.
Thanks, Bradley. Appreciate it.
Moving on down pit road, we have your second place finisher, the number 24 of Steve Tucker. And Steve, I mean, you were matching lap times. It just seemed like the longer the run went, you'd fall off a little bit more. You had a fast car. You just had a lot of competition out there that wasn't too happy about your position here tonight.
Well, I guess you could say that, yeah. I mean, we had a fast car. We took tires when Brandon did, and I mean, Brandon's obviously just on a whole other level. So we kept pace for a little while, and then the long run just didn't treat me right on that set of tires. But yeah, it's all good. Overall, a good run. I think this is my 6th straight podium, so I'll take it.
So I've noticed the Harpoon designs, and I don't know if you are in any affiliation with Harpoon, but we do some work for them, Saturday Night Racing League. So it's good to see some of those sponsors carry over here on V Speed. And I know that he picks the drivers, or you pick them. I don't know how that relationship works, but it seems like anybody with that logo on their car seems to perform pretty well.
Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, Harpoon and I and Brantley over at Harpoon Design, yeah, we're pretty close. Part of the team, and just a big shout out to him, obviously, for just the what he brings to the table, and then just my teammates, and also spotter / moral support, Roger and Daryl. A lot of cool guys over there. But yeah, fun race today. Had some slight drama, a little bit, but it's all good. I get it. Short track racing. Listen, I've got the utmost respect for these guys. So it's nice to finally find a group of guys that you can gel with, and like they're stand up guys, right? But to a degree, if I make a mistake, fine. But if I get raced a certain way, like I feel like I did tonight, okay. I mean, I guess it is what it is. But I mean, we'll look at the replay. If a favor has to get returned, then it'll get returned.
I know he leaned on you pretty hard there. It was good for TV, but maybe a little frustrating for the drive. Steve, do you have anybody you'd like to shout out and thank? I know you already thanked Harpoon and Brentley, but do you have anybody else you'd like to throw out there while we got you?
No, I mean, honestly, just them. I mean, harpoondesign.com. Go and check him out. He does paints for just all the NASCAR next-gen cars and maybe some others. But the absolute best paint schemes around. Obviously, I look pretty damn good on track, so get one to look just as good as me.
All right, Steve, we thank you for your time. Good luck next week at Indy when we start the playoffs. Good luck out there.
Yes, sir.
That's your second place finisher of the night, Steve Tucker, and he led 7 laps here tonight. Got pace with that leader, but ultimately it was the fastest car on the racetrack that came out on top. They tried to bring out enough cautions. They tried to shake you up. You pit more than you probably needed to when you came back down for 4 tires, but I don't think it mattered. Brandon Evans, winner here tonight with a dominating performance.
Yeah, man, that was this is one of my favorite tracks for sure. I for whatever reason I unchecked tires, and that one time when I had, like you just mentioned, I had to come I had to come down a second time and go to the back. I accidentally unchecked tires because I thought maybe we would get another short caution and I would just come for fuel. Um, but that didn't happen. And then when the next time we all went down pit road, I came in and I was like done with my pit
Whoops.
stop in 4 seconds, and I was like, oh crap, totally forgot to take tires. So yeah, that kind of put me back in the back and just kind of had to fight my way back up.
Yeah, I was wondering what went on there because you took 2 and you come out in front of everybody. And I was like, well, he's only lost 2 spots with those guys that stayed out. He's going to be in a situation here where if we go green, this might hurt him. But as fast as you were, that might have helped the car rotate. It looked like you were doing pretty well there with the double apex and dragging that trail brake. But do you think 2 tires would have been okay?
2 tire, probably in like a 10 lap shootout. I took 4 tires every time I actually took tires tonight. Definitely in
So
a
that
short.
was a fuel only stop then.
Yeah, that was a fuel only. The one that I forgot to take tires. But yeah, 2 tires would probably help, but I wouldn't want to do it for maybe more than 15 or 20 laps. Like even 20 laps, kind of pushing it. You have enough time to race. Like if somebody's going to take 2 tires, you have enough time to race them. 10 laps. I mean, if you're starting in the lead or second place, 2 tires might be worth it. Because you could probably pull time on the guys behind you, and just worry about racing the top 2 or 3.
You're able to snag your 5th win of the season just before playoff time. We're going to Indy for the next race and the reset of the top 12. You're going to be in the good scenario with those 5 wins. What do you have in store for us at the Brickyard?
Yeah, that's a fun track. On this car, I've run it in the A Open before when they ran it last year, but I haven't run it since then. We ran it in the truck here at Goat Locker, and I won that race, so that was cool. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we're going to be shifting or what. It's very drafting intense. Dirty air is going to be a big factor. You can't just, if you send it into the corner and you plow off the corner and hit the wall, you're pretty much going to be screwed. So I think clean air is going to be important. It'll be fun practicing that track over the next week. I'm probably going to start practicing Texas and getting used to that. It's not a good track for me. One end of the track is driver intensive and the other side is draft intensive. So
Yeah.
definitely need to dial that one in. But yeah, it'll be fun prepping in hopes of making it to Phoenix this year.
Well, you're on the right track. The 39 Brandon Evans. Do you have anybody you'd like to shout out and thank for tonight's dominant performance?
Yeah, I think McConey Setup Shop, the official setup shop of eNASCAR. I tell the guys when I can that's the tutorial, AFIX tutorial videos are what I reference before I do these races. So definitely check that out. They've got subscriptions and such for road, dirt, asphalt, whatever you name it. They got a really good thing going over there. So I'm happy to be a part of that. Ugiri Ramen Project and CrossFit Catawba Valley, 2 of my other sponsors, so I appreciate them. But yeah, Goat Locker, man, this was a lot of fun. I appreciate you guys in the booth for putting this on and taking the time. So we appreciate it, and on to Indy.
I hope you have time to go back and watch it here tonight on VSRN. We thank you for your time. Brandon Evans, the winner here tonight, just before playoff time. Appreciate your time, buddy.
Hey, thank you.
So there it is. We've concluded 130 miles here tonight at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Let's go take a look at your final finishing order. Evans, Tucker, and Ross, the top three, having a great job here with the top three, starting in fifth for John Ross, and the surprise finish. Robert Hartley's going to come home in fourth in reverse, backwards across the line. Patrick Drovic with that mistake in fifth as he spins coming off of turn 4. George Jules going to come home in sixth position. Seventh is Jacob Ellingson. Eighth spot, Leroy Colbins. James Goshen in ninth. 10th, Cameron Mason. Then we move on to 11th position. These two cars off the racetrack here tonight. You have Bobby Germain and Jamie Barkus rounding out the field. Well, I hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. If you did, make sure you hit the subscribe button to VSRN so you never miss a single race when the Goat Locker Racing Next Gen Series takes on the Brickyard. That'll start at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday night. But for everybody at VSRN, Eddie Smith, Adam Baker, and everyone in between, this is Bradley Cooper telling you to have a great rest of your week and take care, everybody.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn. It's a new day, it's a new life. Oh, and I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know.